NFL 20. Here you can select your difficulty, play style, favorite team, or accessibility options. You can always change these later from the game settings. Accessibility settings. Accessibility settings.
I don't even play man like that, y'all, but shit.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up, the AFC looking to make it 3 in a row as they square off against their rivals from the NFC. I'll be back at halftime, but first, let's get you downtown to Camping World Stadium. Standing by our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
Excitement? Well, we got that in abundance as this Pro Bowl is underway from Orlando, Florida. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The NFC offense taking the field, being led in blue by the NFL's all-time passing leader. 12th Pro Bowl nomination for the great QB from New Orleans, Drew Brees.
And you and I both know that this is not easy for him. It's fun to play football at any time, but you know he'd rather be preparing for the Super Bowl and still trying to get that missed call out of his head that may have prevented his Saints from getting there.
This is the Rams' Todd Gurley, his 3rd Pro Bowl in 4 seasons. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. J.J. Watt of the Texans there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now the New York Giants star playing in the Pro Bowl as a rookie, Saquon Barkley. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The starting defense now for the AFC.
One of the best young safeties in the NFL, Jamal Adams. Keep an eye out for him because no one is safe when he's on the field, including mascots. Just ask Pat the Patriot. Jamal Adams was also the 2019 Pro Bowl Defensive MVP.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A good return there, 17 yards. And the AFC will have it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. The starting unit for the AFC, definite Pittsburgh connection on that offensive line. 3 Steelers in Villanueva, Pouncey, and DeCastro. Also in that starting group, Quentin Nelson, the rookie from Indy at left guard, and the Titans' Taylor Lewan, selected to his 3rd straight Pro Bowl at right tackle. A second-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Right back to Conner here on 1st. He was taken down by Ryan Kerrigan of Washington. Starters defensively for the NFC, they have 9 guys with Pro Bowl experience. The 2 rookies, well, they're in the secondary. Both of the Chicago Bears, Kyle Fuller at corner, Eddie Jackson, the free safety. They join a 3-timer in the Eagles, Malcolm Jenkins, and an 8-time Pro Bowler in Patrick Peterson of Arizona. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Ebron's got it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents, thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Tariq Cohen of the Bears back deep for the NFC. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and the last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense, and Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense.
Breeze now to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Breeze to his Saints teammate Thomas for the NFC first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. Touchdown! Julio Jones, 63 yards. And the NFC is in for 6. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Rosas good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The AFC takes over 1st and 10.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. To throw, it's Mahomes. And got his man complete. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year for the Rams, there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Jesus.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing on first down is Breeze. And he will find his Saints teammate Michael Thomas complete. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
13 yards on the play.
For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination. Though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Breeze. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Breeze. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right. And that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then, they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham, nickname Automatic.
On first down, Breeze. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 37. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
So we've reached halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the NFC on top, as we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
The NFC looking to rewrite a little history as they lead this 2019 Pro Bowl at the break. Now remember, they've lost both of the previous Pro Bowls played here in Orlando, but maybe, just maybe, this is the one to break the streak. A lot still to play for in the second half as we go back to Camping World Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Third quarter starts with a run from Connor. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Mahomes firing complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, for getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler and going home and telling your family, we're headed to Hawaii for a vacation.
Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. To throw, it's Breeze. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. To return is Roberts. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. That one a 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Now Connor, and they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The Panthers, Luke Kuechly there on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now here's Mahomes. To the
God
goal
damn.
line, but it's incomplete.
Damn ball.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
AFC takes over 1st and 10. Ready. At their own 23-yard line.
Now the leading rusher in the league, Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys, his 2nd Pro Bowl. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll try and chew some clock with Gurley. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their 2nd as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. You're waiting. You're waiting. You get me? You got me? Get me?
Come on, man. It's bullshit.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40 down at the 39. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
They dick me around.
Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's 3rd down, he finds a way to convert.
Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half
I got bouncing like I was shooting.
as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Drew Brees with a kneel down.
Bullshit. Oh, I can believe it.
That ought to do it.
A loss of a yard.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the NFC. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
I like that.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
Damn. Damn. Right there again. Going out like that. Going out like that.
All set to go now from Orlando. The 2019 NFL Pro Bowl is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first pick of the second round back in 2001, and that's the veteran Drew Brees.
Drew Brees' accomplishments have been borderline astounding when you look back at what people thought about him coming out of college, so-called height issue, you name it, he can do it, and boy, does he prepare well for each and every game. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brees. He gets it to Gurley, complete. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit more effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've learned this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden Studios right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Brees. And he connects with Ertz. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. For the NFC, boy, you talk about a dynamic set of backs and receivers. We'll see Zeke later on, but Saquon Barkley, Todd Gurley, they're your starters. That's 1, 2, 3 in the NFL in rushing last year. And then how about out wide? Julio Jones, Michael Thomas, Zach Ertz leading a deep group. Weapons galore for Drew Brees and the other NFC QBs. The Bengals' Geno Atkins on the stop. The starting defense now for the AFC.
Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic freak. Now he's trying to add consistency to his game.
Now a play fake. Yes. Brees. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers. Fletcher Cox, the Eagles All-Pro, there to make the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the 30 on second down, Mahomes. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
God damn, dude.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Landry again the intended target, and now it's second down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still.
And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Jarvis Landry in the final seconds of the first half. And the AFC has taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They'll run. It's Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit the tackle to the Texans middle linebacker Benardrick McKinney. So we're at halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the AFC out on top. As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Boy, this AFC team has figured something out. They've got the lead again, looking to make it 3 in a row since the game moved to Orlando in 2017. So the question, what can the NFC do to come back? We'll ask that of our guys as we send you back to Camping World Stadium.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20. And AFC first down.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 2nd and 11 now, Mahomes. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They go play action here on 1st down. Ertz over the middle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. Caught on the right side by Jones. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection, Ryan to Jones there. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They start the drive with Connor. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. He was taken down by Ryan Kerrigan of Washington. You know, I was going to ask if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
On first down, Connor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw is Mahomes. Hard throw, incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. To throw is Breeze. Left side completion to Jones. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. Back to throw, Breeze. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown, NFC. Kyle Juszczyk in the final minute. And the NFC just an extra point away from tying up this game. A very important extra point there, up and good. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Back to throw, Mahomes. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Mahomes to throw.
Damn, block somebody. What the fuck y'all
And he
doing?
can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away.
What the fuck?
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Breeze now to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime because neither one got an advantage today.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The AFC takes over 1st and 10. At their own
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. On play action, it's Mahomes. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Landry, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. A gain there of 21 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mahomes. Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT. Instead, it'll give them another shot on 3rd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, and he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory.
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
You know, redemption on this one.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
That's better. That's better.
Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new QB1 face of the franchise or enjoy the Madden you already know and love with Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, or a quick pickup game and exhibition.
Julio catches, terrorist run. Oh, God damn, Tom Brady by himself. What was that, man? Oh, boy. Yeah. On Brady on this game, got everything. I don't even see nobody else that touches Brady. Big Ben, maybe. Damn. Man, look. Oh my God. This is crazy, y'all. Look at this one guy. Like the best. And look at all these. Look at all these. Khalil Mack. Look at this. I'm going to show y'all everybody else. These supposed to be the superstars, right? Superstars. Watch Brady. He got Patrick Mahomes. He got 4 of them. All right, y'all ready for Tom Brady? Look at this. Oh, got 5 of them bitches. Everybody online gonna be playing that motherfucker. It ain't got nothing to do with like he the best on the planet. Look at that. Like who comes close? Who comes close? Wow. Wow, who comes close? No one. But yeah, Ben Roethlisberger the only one ever to have 5 things. And he has pro reason. I ain't saying, I'm like, damn. Yeah, bro. might do that tomorrow. Instead of
Ice on the wrist, all on the wrist, all on the wrist.